The nation is on edge, and for good reason. The grooming gang scandal is a topic that demands urgent attention, yet it's being systematically ignored by major news outlets. Public anger is boiling over, and people are sick of the silence, the evasion, and the outright refusal to confront this issue head-on. Yesterday, we saw yet another sorry display of dodging and deflection during a Sky News interview with Reform UK's Richard Tice. It was a fiery exchange that exposed not only the reluctance of establishment media to tackle this story but also the lengths they're willing to go to avoid it. This is the kind of moment that makes you question what's really happening behind closed doors. Who's pulling the strings? And why are they so afraid to report the truth? Let's be clear, this was no ordinary interview. Richard Tice, known for his unapologetic and forthright style, came prepared to call out the hypocrisy. Sky News, on the other hand, seemed prepared to do everything in its power to steer the conversation away from the scandal. Watching Trevor Phillips squirm as he tried to redirect the discussion was almost painful. Instead of addressing the very real concerns of millions of British citizens, he resorted to irrelevant distractions and juvenile attempts to undermine Tice's credibility. But Tice wasn't having it. He tore through the smokescreen with razor-sharp focus, demanding accountability and refusing to let the presenter derail the conversation. This wasn't just a heated debate, it was a complete takedown of the media's complicity in suppressing stories that matter. Tice called out Sky News live on air, accusing them of avoiding one of the most horrific scandals to ever plague the UK. His frustration was palpable, and you could feel the anger resonating through the screen. This wasn't just about political point scoring, it was about standing up for the truth when others refused to. It was about demanding justice for the countless victims whose voices have been silenced for far too long. What made this exchange even more infuriating was Trevor Phillips' attempt to shift the narrative. Instead of addressing the grooming gang scandal, he dredged up a completely unrelated incident involving hecklers at a Reform UK event. Let's be honest, no one cares about a couple of fringe agitators when there's a national crisis unfolding. Yet Phillips insisted on dragging the conversation down this irrelevant rabbit hole, refusing to engage with the issue at hand. It was a transparent attempt to deflect and discredit, and it failed spectacularly. Tice rightly dismissed the question as juvenile and irrelevant, firing back with a demand that the media focus on what truly matters. The public isn't stupid. They see through these tactics, and they're fed up with being treated like fools. This isn't just about one scandal, it's about a pattern of behavior from the media and political elites. It's about their refusal to confront uncomfortable truths and their willingness to protect their own interests at the expense of justice. The grooming gang scandal isn't going away, no matter how hard they try to ignore it. The British people are demanding answers, and they won't be silenced. But it's not just the media that's failing us. The political establishment is equally complicit. Where are the leaders who should be standing up for the victims? Where are the investigations, the inquiries, the reforms that should have been implemented years ago? Instead, we get platitudes and empty promises from politicians who are more concerned with protecting their careers than doing what's right. This is a national disgrace, and it's time for the people to take a stand. Richard Tice's fiery exchange with Sky News is a wake-up call. It's a reminder that we, the people, have the power to demand better. We don't have to accept this culture of silence and complicity. We can hold the media and the political elite accountable. We can insist on justice for the victims and ensure that this never happens again. But it starts with speaking out, with refusing to be silenced, and with supporting those who are brave enough to tell the truth. If you're as outraged as we are, it's time to take action. Share this video, spread the truth, and let the establishment know that we won't stand for this any longer. The victims of the grooming gang scandal deserve justice, and it's up to us to make sure they get it. This isn't just a political issue, it's a moral one. And the fight for justice starts now. In other news, the crackdown on drink and drug driving during December's festive period has led to over 240 arrests across Avon and Somerset. Police carried out proactive patrols and stop checks as part of Operation Limit, targeting motorists who risked lives by driving under the influence. The figures are shocking, with drivers aged 25 to 34 making up the largest group of offenders, and over 88% of arrests being male. One notable incident involved a 17-year-old crashing into a telegraph pole while over the alcohol limit, highlighting the recklessness and consequences of impaired driving. Meanwhile, Meghan Markle has returned to social media with a new Instagram account, instantly amassing over 1 million followers. Her debut posts, including a video writing 2025 in the sand, hint at new projects and a fresh chapter in her public life. But while this story grabs headlines, it's a stark contrast to the silence surrounding issues like the grooming gang scandal. It's a reminder of how priorities in the media are often skewed and why we must demand coverage of the stories that truly matter. Let us know what you think about today's topics in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join the fight for truth and accountability. Together, we can make a difference. Thanks for watching.